All right, well, let's move on to Brazil, shall we, and Neymar, because the story we didn't actually have time to talk about yesterday is that injury that Neymar has picked up in Brazil's 2-0 victory over Serbia. It means he's been ruled out now for the last 2 group stage games for Brazil and possibly longer. He's described the injury as one of the hardest moments of his career, but will do everything he can to get back fit to help his country. First of all, to not have Neymar in this competition, that'd be a massive blow, wouldn't it?
It would be, but Neymar's not quite the player that we've known from years gone by. I think the biggest issue for Neymar is looking at this competition, even though he's 4 or 5 years younger than Lionel Messi and Lewandowski and players of that ilk, that he looks at this tournament, a 30-year-old who probably thinks it's his final chance. He doesn't have the physical attributes to be the player that makes the difference. I always think, I saw him a lot for PSG this year, and look, he's playing in the full line of Lionel Messi, Mbappe and him, which is extraordinary, and they can dominate games. And he actually looked really good leading into this World Cup, but still you think, well, has he got the physical presence that he once had? Because he looks slightly off that. I mean, he'll produce moments of magic, but Tim is that right there, Tim Vickery. He's not now. There are other players who are stepping up. You know, Vinicius Junior, who's just a magnificent player. You know, and then you look at Richarlison. Can he step into that centre forward role? Well, he's already done that. So they're not feeling the same. He's 30 years old, and he's probably thinking, "This is my best chance of going really deep and winning a tournament."
But as a casualty in that team, you've just mentioned some of the players they already have in that squad. Of course, any player brought into this World Cup has been brought in because the manager thinks he can do a job for me. He can be a player that might win the World Cup for us. But you look at the forward options for Brazil, it's ridiculous.
Well, Martinelli, you can say, you know, the boy that's done brilliant at Arsenal, done fantastic. They have Rafinha's okay, done all right, and we know he's, again, another player. You've got Gabriel Jesus, another one. You know, they've got replacement. It just doesn't feel that he's the most... It's always been about him. It's a bit like the Maradona, Messi for Argentina, that Neymar, so much expectation's been put on him. It doesn't feel as important this time.
Yeah, so...
It will do to him. He probably thinks...
Of course, yeah.
You know, I'm watching him the other night and I'm thinking, cool, he's dropping in so many positions. He wants to get the ball and he wants to do everything by himself, which sometimes has come at a cost for Brazil.
But they can win it without him.
Yeah, of course they could win it without him. Yeah, they were... Second half, I thought they were terrific. Struggled first half because they just couldn't get into the game and their players... they're Brazilian players. It's a given. Technically, they're superb. So it's, to talk about them technically is a bit of a joke, really, because they're all so gifted.